Shalom, Yashala. Another video giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. We continue to exalt those names. Yahweh, He is to be His Son, Yahushai. He that delivers, and we always say in the Holy Spirit, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, bishops, great millstone, my salutation to the brothers teaching word for the hopeful elect. Soon to be the elect, Most High will, to the contrite spirits, returning back to the Most High. Sincerely, blessings, This is, from the color purple, of course. This is the old one, but they made a new one. I think it was a Broadway type of theatrical version. And, but this is what's going to happen. This is going to be worse. Jacob's trouble that's coming is going to be worse than this, And the women that have been mocking the prophets, they're going to pay, this was a movie targeted toward the so-called black man and then the so-called white man. We've always been the problem to them. But, the holy men, that's in the spirit of the true power, is going to be looked for and sought after for, reverence, for safety, for guidance. And it says in the scriptures, Isaiah 33:6, knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times. Read this scripture, because the so-called black woman has become our enemy. I'm not talking about the ones in the truth, but they have, they have a, so to speak, they have their hang-ups in their own minds, their inward thoughts. And, we're not perfect, but we really do believe in Yahweh Yahushai. We do really believe that a second coming, that the kingdom is going to be ushered in. And it's already happening. And you see that through holy men, tabernacle of David. Micah 7:10, then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy power? And a lot of them say that. They don't have to say it directly like that, but a lot of them say that by their actions, And women are going to be busted. I mean, they're going to be busted in that day. And even the fine women that think they're better than everybody else, they're going to be busted in that day. Because all that eyelash, that makeup is going to come off. You're not going to be able to, no more enhancements, no more drug to make you feel good, no more weaves and hair products and your nails done and polished, because everything is going to be done. Everything is going to be pretty much avoided in this place. The shopping centers, like the malls and the hair stores and salons or whatever, it says, where is the Lord thy power? And then, the power for them is money. The power for them is a high position, a high, the God, their power, even this so-called white man system, depending upon it, and they would want us to do the same, even a lot of them are going to take the MOTB, but they're going to, Most High is going to reserve women with a contrite spirit for the elect, and if you got any kind of wicked, evil spirit, or any kind of, no matter how, like I said, attractive you are, you're going to be, you might be put aside, man, but, there's a lot of hideous women out there, man, that you might just be a choice for the fowls of the air, for the deserted places, It says, mine eye shall behold her, now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the street, man. Get that word mire right quick. a stretch of swampy or boggy ground, a situation or a state of difficulty, distress, or embarrassment from which is hard to extricate oneself. That's what it's going to be for them. Sink down, stick in the mud, you know? State of difficulties, distress, or embarrassment, you know? And, the tears, Most High don't care about tears unless they're sincere. He don't care about, that's why he don't care about Esau's tears. He said, though he saw it carefully with tears, he was rejected because he's a wicked man. And you can't just all of a sudden turn around and say, well, now I believe in the Most High. Now I believe in those were the prophets. And it says in the scriptures, they shall know that a prophet had been among them. It's going to be too late for a lot of you, most of you. I know it's more women than men. And like apostles have said, and Apostle Boy specifically, he said that most of them women he believes is going to come from the other side of the world. And, this America is done, and the American-minded women are done. Departed her not with wisdom, King James Version. Job 39:17, because God, Yahweh, had deprived her of wisdom, neither hath he imparted her understanding. So they're not, and what it say, knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy time. So they're not going to know what to do. They're not going to be able to be wise in that time. All they're going to do is rely on the strongest of the survival of the fittest, And like I said, a lot of them will depend on this government, depend on the MOTB. But there are going to be choice women that are, a lot of women do, they get tired of the system. They starting to know the truth about, what's really going on. So they will come, it says 7 women to 1 man, saying we will, feed ourselves, basically take care of our own selves, but just let us be called by thy name. This society is built on the power of military might and financial gain, and it's used against Israel, starting with mainly the so-called black men, Latino, Native American. And the hardest it falls on is the so-called black men. And they have been a support to this system through child support, through divorce court, through, through all kind of, even the males in the family for so long, causing destruction, causing death. And we know what it says about the woman overall. It says, through her we all die. And so those who are in a state of mind, because they have been built up in the pride of America, they're going to rebel more and more. Even us as a nation, Most High said, what shall I do with Israel? They're going to just rebel more and more. So what does that leave? If you can't, discipline somebody, you're going to destroy them. Just like back then in the ancient world, when your son, you have a rebellious son, even a daughter, you would take them, for witnesses, take them before the congregation of Israel, and to have them stoned if you don't go thy way, that you would have them, have him or have her, your children, and they'd be stoned in front of the whole congregation. So, and what did it say? So all Israel would fear. They don't have that moral code in America. They don't have that mechanism of that method here in America. These women are doing what they want to do. And even the most unattractive women, they still have pride, And it ain't got, like I said, I always go back to this, it ain't got nothing to do with them being dark skinned. So get off that bullshit, man. I ain't talking about no fucking woman being evil or because she unattractive because she's dark skinned. Y'all need to get off that bullshit, you women. We don't go by that shit, man. We go by the spirit. Anyway, and so because a lot of them light skinned, proud ass women, they're gonna be thrown in the pit. Because all this America is going to the pit. It's going to the lake of fire, which is going to become a pit, an actual lake of fire, which is, a desolation, a pit, if you will, a pit of fire, a lake of fire. So, we see the times unfolding with World War III. But we the top news, basically. You know, I believe GMS is the top news, the top watchers, the tower, the gatekeepers, the tower men. That stand up on the tower spiritually, and you know, and that's why these elites take shots, subliminal shots. Shots. It says we battle spiritual wickedness in high places, and these women don't see that. And these elements of evil are still here upon the women. They like those that Sonya, what's her name? Sonya something, and there's another one, so-called black women getting shot, getting beat by the cops. Well, Most High is doing that for a reason, to show y'all, and y'all want justice, but in the land of murder, there's no justice really, man. The just people, the justice starts with the just people, which are the Israelites. That's why it says it rains up on the unjust, the just and the unjust. The just of the Israelites. It ain't no random person that wants justice. And really, the justice system really is established by principles of jurisdiction, which goes back. The jury goes back to Israel. That's why you got a 12-man jury, and you got the main, and then you got the judge, which is supposed to be Yahweh Shai. But they cover the faces of the judges, like Job 9:24. If you Google it, let me see. Yeah, I pushed the wrong thing. I'll start to close out. What is a jury? A jury is a group of people who are chosen to listen to evidence and decide the facts of a case. In a trial, juries are responsible for finding facts of a case, while the judge, which is supposed to be Yahweh Shai, is responsible for applying the laws to the facts. How many men are in a jury setting? Are all in juries 12 people? The law requires 12 jurors to be seated in a criminal case. Who do you think that they get that from? The 12 tribes of Israel. And then, like I said, the main judge that judges over all after the 12 have examined things and brought the case into the matter of judgment. The overall judge is the judge himself over the 12, which is supposed to be Yahweh Shai, but they cover the faces of judges. But this is the judgment. What is happening now? Judgment is going out. What is going to be happening in Jacob's trouble? Judgment is going to be going out. We're in October, about to get into November. It is still the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, and that's a prophecy still going to be in play, even though it's going to be another year. If we make it to another year, I mean, the prophecy still have to be passed. So yeah, they might still do something before the next year. But if you don't think that okay, well, nothing happened, well, that's still in progress. That's still in play. That's a part of the prophecy. It says Yahweh Shai said to all be fulfilled. No tittle of the law shall pass until all be fulfilled. He's the spirit of prophecy. That's in Revelation. He's the beginning and the end. And until these prophecies be fulfilled, they're still in effect. So, and 1,000 years is one day to the Most High. So you're still in that year. For 1,000 years, you could still be in that year to the Most High. So don't be talking about GMS of false prophets when it's still in, the prophecies are still in effect until they be fulfilled. I don't care if it's like 2025 and going on 2026. That prophecy of Jacob's trouble is still in effect because it's going to happen, and Most High said it will happen. It says like no other has been before, and no time. It's going to be worse than slavery, man. It's going to be an all-out wild and war. and because slavery was more constructed, so to speak, under kind of like a supervision, if you will, to some you had house Negroes and you had field Negroes, and the house Negroes were more favored, I guess, or they had more privileges, whatever you want to call that. But it ain't gonna be no privileges in Jacob's trouble. Ain't gonna be no favoritism, and no one is better than y'all. All gonna be looked at like criminals, terrorists, and not only us, but the Negro overall, the Latino overall, the Native, so-called Native American overall, because we're children of Israel, and we've always been targeted. So, as much as they try to display the so-called black man as an enemy through these movies, black exploitation, whatever it may be, you're gonna find out who the real enemy is, man. It said, "Never trust thine enemy." And it said the wicked is in have the earth in his hands. The so-called black man, Latino, Native Americans don't have the earth in our hands to implement laws, to set up a system of a jury system to where you could lock somebody up for years and years. These them Epstein and all them motherfuckers and all them Hollywood demons that do that to children and do that and murder people and sacrifice, they don't get arrested. These demon ass Jewish people, they don't get arrested. So what kind of why you ask for a justice system, and the people that's doing wicked, they can't be arrested. No one can put them in prison. So and this is all the Most High. It's constructed and orchestrated by the Most High. That's why we got our own problems, but they're gonna Jacob's trouble gonna become every man's problem, because Most High is gonna start putting these curses on these nations too. You best believe, and it's already happened. Well, look at China. Look at what happened and what's happening in India. Look at what happened recently. All over the world. When the Brexit thing happened, so nobody's exempt from judgment that's coming up on this earth. And it says, men fearing what's to come up on the earth, their heart failing for what's coming on the earth. It didn't say specific nation. It says man. So, and we sorry for our people, man. I mean, even back then, I used to be more sentimental when I saw these movies. But these same kind of women that had children in generation to generation, I know it's the curses. They became ratchet, because it said, what did it say? Affliction and prosperity is forgetfulness, affliction. So they forgot who the enemy is, and they forgot this affliction. So them same women, and we believe in reincarnation. So them same women that being reincarnated, they ratchet today. Most likely. I'm not saying I know for sure, because we don't know who they are. But most of these women that been through, and they feel like they got a right because they've been through this, or they've been through some kind of pain. So they feel like, yeah, Most High is not gonna judge me because he understands my pain, and fuck these niggas, and I'll hurt these niggas or set these niggas up because my personal pain. There's no respect of persons. And the Most High, he's looking at the contrite woman returning back to him. He ain't looking at no using an excuse to be ratchet and shit. So, whatever y'all think about that, you void that, because it's not biblical. Anyway, I think that's it. But yeah, it's gonna be worse than this, man. Anyway, hope it's edifying. Shalom.